I wake up in a 4-poster bed that cost more than most folks' yearly rent, silk sheets the color of old champagne, and the first thing I taste is the ghost of yesterday's disappointment metallic, like a penny left on the tongue too long. I had dreamed of city of Sunderland College, Sunderland again. Not the dream where I glide through marble halls, no, the other one. The one where I am barefoot on broken registration forms and every shard spells my name wrong. I roll over, press my cheek into the goose-down pillow, and whisper to no one, Mama. They broke my heart before I even had a student id Mama isn't T here, of course. She S in Monaco, or Moscow, or maybe buying another small islandy can T keep track so the room answers with silence, which is the same color as the admin office walls at Bede campus. That bruised magnolia that tries to look cheerful and ends up looking like it has been punched by disappointment itself. Let me tell you, dear listener, exactly why that shade of paint is a crime against hope. Magnolia should whisper fresh bread, new beginnings. Instead it screams we gave up. Every pore in that wall exhales stale instant coffee and the faint ammonia of dried tears. When you stand beside it, the color leaches the warmth from your skin until you look down and your hands are the same corpse tone. That is the first theft. They steal your complexion before they even steal your future. But I am getting ahead of myself. Let us begin properly, like a tragic novel nobody asked for. Morning, September 3rd. I arrive in my father's Bentley, wearing a cream wool coat so soft it could make a cloud feel insecure. I step out, expecting fanfare, maybe a red carpet, maybe a single white dove released in my honor because I am, after all, me. Instead, I meet a car park that looks like the surface of the moon after a war crime. Craters filled with rainbow oil slicks, cigarette corpses floating like tiny rafts of despair. The air smells of burnt clutch and the kind of rain that starts before it falls. Already, my lungs feel poorer. Inside the so-called welcome hub, a porta-cabin cosplaying as a building, I meet the admin woman. Let us call her Doris, though her name tag says Lynn, because Doris fits the beige tragedy of her. Doris's eyelashes are clumped with mascara the texture of dead spider legs. Each time she blinks, I hear them scream. She takes my pristine enrollment pack color-coded tabs, gold gel pen calligraphy, the works, and immediately rotates it sideways, as if the paper itself confuses her. I explain slowly that page 3 is the bursary form, page 5 the learning support agreement, page 7 the dietary requirements so nobody accidentally murders me with gluten. She blinks. The spider legs protest. Then she says, I've never seen these ones before, love. Those words land on my skin like vinegar on a cut. I, a 17-year-old girl who has read Dostoevsky for fun, who speaks 3 languages, who once corrected a barrister's Latin in open court, must now explain to a salaried adult what a form is. Do you feel that ache yet, listener? That is the ache of watching competence die in real time. I offer to walk her through each box. She licks her finger, actually licks it, saliva glistening like a slug trail to turn the pages. My documents now carry Doris' DNA. This is how sacred contracts are desecrated, one tongue print at a time. She asks me to spell my surname 3 times, then writes it as Smythe instead of Smith, even though my surname isn't T even Smith. It is Von something far grander, but she has already downgraded me to commoner status with a single consonant. Tiny acts of erasure, darling. They add up until you no longer recognize your own name. Hours ooze by like cold treacle. Every time she clicks her biro, the sound is a tiny bone breaking. Finally, she announces, "ULL need to come back tomorrow. The system is frozen." I ask, which system? She gestures vaguely at a Dell desktop that is quite clearly switched off. The
screen is black, reflecting her face. And in that reflection, I swear the computer looks more alive than she does. This is when I realize the college runs on ghosts.
Businesses near city of Sunderland College feel like they were designed by someone who hates money, hates people, and definitely hates joy. I walked in expecting student-friendly prices. I walked out feeling mugged by a parking barrier, a bouncer, and a toastie that thought it was a New York skyscraper, but tasted like cardboard left in the rain. Let me start with the obvious: every pound you spend here evaporates faster than a puddle in the Sahara. Take the Bridges shopping center. You pay £3 just to breathe the car park air for 44 minutes, even if your sat-nav tricked you and you never left the car. Inside, the shops are emptier than my fridge on payday, more boarded up fronts than a zombie movie. The toilets look like a crime scene, blood on the seats, on the paper, on the floor, so you back out, hands up, suddenly religious. Staff hammer on the baby change door like it's a police raid. Mums leave shaking, babies howling, no apology, just a grin that says, "Not my problem." By 3 in the afternoon, the station forecourt turns into an open-air soap opera. Homeless lads swigging, shouting, rehearsing Shakespeare with broken bottles. 20 minutes is the new big day out. Food. Oh, the food near campus is a masterclass in disappointment. Arabesque promises Moroccan magic, but the clock strikes 2:50 and the door is already bolted. Dead, they say, like you're the ghost. If you do squeeze in upstairs, the waitresses vanish. You wave your empty glass like a surrender flag, while your mains forget to exist. A single hair nestles on the tagine, curled like a tiny question mark, still hungry. Portions arrive big enough to feed the entire rugby team, but flavor went on holiday years ago. Flower Cafe looks cute, Instagram petals on the ceiling, yet the menu is so small it could fit on a postage stamp. £17 for 2 lattes and a slice of cake that tastes like it was baked by someone who once heard cake described over the phone. The coffee lands lukewarm, the New York toastie is a stale ciabatta wearing sunglasses, and the bar pumps music so loud your muffin vibrates off the table. Bouncer at the door at 4:30 on a Saturday, because nothing says relaxing brunch like security wondering if you're about to start a riot over croissants. Nighttime is when the area truly shows its teeth. Illusions calls itself a club. Illusion is accurate. Inside, the carpet sticks to your shoes like it has memories, and every 25 centimeters a different chav blocks your path as if you're in a human maze with no prize. The rabbit looks cozy from the street, but the doormen have the charm of punctured footballs. One dad walked up with his 12-year-old, hoping for a kid's menu. They refused the boy entry, twice in a week, citing licensing with the enthusiasm of a bored sphinx. Inside, the beer taps run dry the day after match day. We were busy, they shrug, as if restocking is sorcery. Gravy takes 20 minutes to cross the room, by which time the Sunday roast has died of hypothermia. And if you dare ask about your missing jacket, a bouncer may smash your glass, tackle you into the shards, then call you nautical insults while you bleed on the carpet. Private parties get stared down like hostage negotiations. Teenage birthdays end in tears because the DJ refuses to play anything recorded after 2004. Even the luxury escape isn't safe. Spa at Ramside charges spa prices but packs bodies like a rush hour metro. The hydro pool is set to lobster soup, the air so steamy your Apple Watch panics, high heart rate warning while you're simply standing still. Towels disappear the moment you blink. You return from a massage to find your robe gone, your dignity next. Staff almost serve shellfish to a guest with a severe allergy. Only a manager's last-second sprint prevents an ambulance cameo. When guests beg for cooler air, management insists the law forces them to run a human pressure cooker.
Save your money, take a hot bath at home, and pay a friend to shout, 5 minutes left. Every hour same experience minus the danger. Shopping alternatives. Port Independent Store sells second-hand jackets with mystery stains artfully omitted from the description. Expensive, unreliable, and the stain always looks like a map of somewhere you never wanted to visit. Put together the whole.
You know, when I started looking into the goings on around city of Sunderland College, Sunderland, I didn't expect to stumble upon such tales of deceit and trickery. It's like the area which should be buzzing with students and tourists has this undercurrent of mischief, you know. Take, for instance, those debt collection agencies that were operating near the college. They had this front like they were there to help, but in reality they were keeping the money they collected for themselves. It's sad, really, because people trusted them with their problems and they just added to them. I can only imagine the betrayal those victims must have felt. And the scammers, I bet they thought they could get away with it, but karma has a way of catching up, right? I mean, they had to have known it was wrong, stealing from people who are already in a tough spot. It's just not right. Then there's this other story about an old-fashioned con artist who was like a magician with his sleight of hand, tricking local businesses. It's kind of impressive in a sad way how he managed to fool so many. But imagine the shop owners realizing they've been had, the confusion and anger they must have experienced. And the trickster, well, he probably moved on to the next town, thinking he could pull the same stunts elsewhere. But I doubt he's still at it. People talk, and his luck was bound to run out. It's stories like these that make you wonder about the world we live in. Like, why can't people just be honest with each other? It's almost as if the college area has become a playground for these scam artists, preying on the unsuspecting. But it's not all doom and gloom. For every scammer out there, there are countless good people. We just need to stick together and keep our eyes open, especially when we ray in a new place. I hope that by sharing these stories, it helps someone out there. Maybe it'll make you think twice before handing over your trust or your money to just anyone. Because really, we're all just trying to get by, and no one deserves to be taken advantage of, especially not when they ray far from home. 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 Home.